So this month on the blog, we thought that we would celebrate something special about February, and that is the color red.
Yep, the color of Valentine's. Spring is right around the corner.
The color of love.
The love, all the love.
So today we thought we would make a cocktail that is kind of on that red spectrum.
We're getting close to reddish.
It uses a lot of red ingredients, things like this, and
Yep.
that is the Singapore Sling.
Absolutely, so we're gonna make the classic Singapore Sling.
Stay tuned. It is February, and so this month, like Chris said, we thought we would focus on the color red. I love this because there's so many different ways that we could go about that, and so Chris chose, I think, a perfect choice for the first cocktail of the month, and that is a Singapore Sling.
Yeah, this is a very, very tasty cocktail, and I know this is one of those cocktails that kind of get thrown around. Everybody knows the name, but many of you might not have had it. So I felt like this is a really cool way of making something and having everybody experience it kind of with us as well.
Plus, I get to drink it.
And it's delicious. It's so good. So yeah, this is a very old school cocktail. It was actually invented in 1915 at the Raffles Hotel in Singapore. And it is still served to this day. So yeah, they are...
At the same hotel?
At the same hotel. It's still around. I'm sure a lot of the profits from this cocktail help them stay in business for so many years. But yeah, so we're going to be making that today, and we're going to be using the recipe that they use now. They have a YouTube video, and they walk us through it. So we're just going to use the same exact recipe.
Now, there's a lot of recipes out there, as this is a similar story with a lot of cocktails. There's a lot of different recipes and a lot of strong feelings about what is the right one, but we felt like it was a good place to start from if we're asking that hotel. So we're using their recipe.
Right.
Obviously, play with it. I'm not going to tell you what to like, but that's the recipe that we're going to use today.
Absolutely. So I guess we can go ahead and start, right?
I'm not going to stop you.
All right, so the recipe that we're going to use is 1 ounce of gin. So go ahead and pour that right in here. And we're using our jigger that we made special and kind of different from what else is on the market. And this is a really good example of why we did this.
Yeah.
So a lot of the measurements that we're going to be using are 1/4 ounce measurements. And before we put our the lines in it, I couldn't find a jigger that had a 1/4 ounce measurement at all.
I try to show you, but it's probably going to be too far away. But no, I think that's a really good point, Chris, and that is that the barware we sell is not something that you'd look at and go, holy cow, that's super different. But it is different when you get down to those details. So definitely take a look at the website if you get a chance. We're actually doing 15% off this month on our 4-piece bar kit. That's kind of our core kit. It includes, well, the stuff Chris is using right now, your 2-piece shaker, your Japanese jigger, and well, this one's pretty custom. This is our very own Hawthorne strainer. Chris actually sat down with my dad and designed this. So they had a little bonding moment.
It was great.
My dad's a retired mechanical engineer, so they definitely had some bonding over that. But the result is a really fantastic strainer, if I do say so myself. But anyway, enough about me. What's going in this cocktail?
So we have 1/2 ounce of the cherry liqueur, cherry hearing, but we actually are using Luxardo cherry, and it's
and this
really,
stuff
really
is
good.
pretty potent, right?
Yeah, it definitely has a nice cherry flavor to it.
So you don't want, I've never seen a recipe that uses more than 1/4 ounce of this guy, right?
Yeah, it's got some punch to it. Luxardo maraschino, the regular stuff, the clear stuff, is really intense. This one is much more intense. Cherry flavor, so it's really good. So, kind of staying in line with our month, we're going to be using roses, grenadine syrup. We could use other more craft style grenadines, but this is red. This is very red. I think this is red number 6 or 4, one of them. The best of the reds.
Oh man, I love 4. 4 is my favorite.
I find it a little bit nutty. So there we go. We have the grenadine. And now we are adding some other ingredients. Pineapple juice, lime juice, and some bitters as well.
I love these, by the way. Chris is the one who kind of introduced me to these. Usually when I buy pineapple juice, I buy like the big old, standard juice size, and I never end up getting through it. But these, we just kind of keep these on stock. You can buy them in like 4s or 8s, I think, at the grocery store. Yeah, they're a little bit more expensive per ounce. But I like these because we just always have pineapple juice on hand, and it seems like it's just the right amount for a cocktail. It's 6 ounces, so usually you end up using some of it, and then you just drink the rest, and it's delicious. But it's not so much that you get totally over it like I normally would with those really big bottles.
Yeah, and you don't have to waste a ton. So if you're only using it for one cocktail, it's perfect. This is the stuff we use behind the bar. They make it in tomato juice as well, and a bunch of different other juices, from my understanding. So it's really great for just single cocktails if you're not going to have a big party.
Yeah. So which bitters did you use?
So I actually used Angostura. This is what it calls for. But if you really want to kind of punch up the red, you can go with Peychaud's. It is a very different flavor profile.
But it's so red.
It's so red.
Look at that. This stuff, like, don't get it on your shirt.
Yeah, it'll stain.
I've yet to figure out, like, actually, I should post that in the group because I have no idea how to get this stuff out of your shirt. It's a disaster. And if somebody could invent, like, a laundry solvent that could, you'd be rich. This stuff's a disaster.
So yeah, 1 dash of bitters, 4 ounces of pineapple juice, half an ounce of lime juice. And that's pretty much all that goes into the cocktail. As you can see, there is a lot of ingredients, but they all really kind of contribute to the drink. And as far as options go, there are a lot of ways to tweak this cocktail, as we can see. Each one of these are kind of a variable that you can kind of plug in new stuff, apply some techniques like infusions, and really have some fun and kind of a tweak, an old school Singapore Sling into something really, really different and interesting.
Yeah, you got a lot to play with. By the way,
sorry, go ahead.
I've been told that I'm not supposed to talk while he's doing loud stuff, so.
It just drowns it out.
I get in trouble. I was just gonna say, I'm not entirely sure. I think I distracted Chris. We may not have mentioned all the ingredients and their amounts, but we'll go ahead and put those in the comments, either when we get around to it or after we're done. So keep an eye out in the comments for that recipe in case we were distracted.
Perfect. So the only thing left to do is, a couple things left to do. I'm going to go ahead and shake this cocktail. If you don't mind, go ahead and filling that glass with some fresh ice here.
What, this one?
Yep, that one there. And then we'll garnish it and taste it.
What you don't know is that it was like super, super gross and dusty before we filmed.
All the bottles too, because we rarely use them all.
We don't use the Luxardo.
Yeah, I think I've had that bottle for years. All right, so here we go. Gonna go ahead and just give it a shake.
We tried to do all the loud stuff at once.
Yeah, sorry about the noise there.
Probably should have warned you. Sorry.
The other thing, especially about this particular strainer, is usually we would use a fine strainer, but the fact that we have such a high coil count on this thing makes it that you almost don't even need a fine strainer, which is pretty cool.
It's true.
So
look at that.
There we are.
That is beautiful.
Very, very pink.
Maybe more pink than red, but we gave it a good honest try. That looks delicious.
And the one thing I love about pineapple juice is it foams up, as you can see, when you shake it. So it gets a nice little head on it.
Put it a little closer so you can see.
Just
for a moment. Can you see that? Here we go. Oh, it smells amazing. The pineapple juice is really coming through.
Right, and if you use fresh pineapple juice, it's gonna obviously be better and foam up a little bit more.
But then you gotta deal with fresh pineapple.
Right, absolutely.
It's kind of a pain, right? However, I think in a moment you're going to give us a really good reason to play with fresh pineapple.
That's right, absolutely.
See what I did there?
So the garnish is some cherries, and then if you have a fresh pineapple wedge, you can put that in there. I dehydrated some pineapples, which is kind of what Julia was talking about, and we're playing with the color red. So what I actually did was I sliced up some pineapples and then put some beet powder on it. So it gets a really, really crazy red, kind of purple, and then dehydrated it. And I had some fun. I experimented with it.
He forgot some in the oven.
Forgot some in the oven. They burned. Sorry.
That was. I will say that burning pineapple has like a beautifully aromatic smell to it.
Yeah.
At first, I didn't even think something was burning because I was like, well, that doesn't. It smells kind of sweet. Yeah, it was burning.
Yep, it burned.
100%.
But the cool thing is we could use some stencils, and I made a couple really fun looking garnishes. One that has a heart on it for Valentine's Day. Aww.
Aww. Guys, what do you think I'm getting for Valentine's Day?
A cocktail.
Yeah, we saw that coming.
Yeah. But yeah, so you can really have a lot of fun, have some creativity with these garnishes, and really just explore all the options as far as the cocktail goes. So,
but I love this one. I think this is a tremendous presentation. I love the glass. I love the choice of garnish. In case you can see a better angle, I'm going to show you the behind.
There you go.
It's a little hard to see in the video, but don't worry, there'll be lots of beautiful pictures coming after this.
Absolutely.
I think this is a gorgeous choice. It's a beautiful cocktail. Now, do you have any recommendations for ways to play with this?
Yeah, so infusion would be a really great choice for this. If you go with a gin, celery and pineapple go really good together. They're some of my go-to flavors.
I could see that.
You could just add ginger beer to this, or celery soda, which would be super tasty.
Yeah, you could top it with a bit of soda for sure.
Absolutely, and that's one of the common things you see with this particular cocktail is people adding soda water to kind of lighten it up and make it a little bit more vibrant. So yeah, there's a lot of different options, different bitter profiles you can go with. You can start substituting out some of the liqueurs. We have Benedictine and we have Cointreau in there. So I could see even taking a Benedictine out, putting green chartreuse in there.
You want to put green chartreuse in everything.
Everything, but pineapple and green chartreuse is like a match made in heaven.
You say that about everything.
Anything with chartreuse is a match made in heaven. Yeah.
The marinara sauce was so weird.
So good, match made in heaven.
So when do I get a tasting?
Go for it. Let's have a drink.
Now the trick with these cocktail picks is not to stab yourself in the face.
They're sharp.
Yeah.
They're crazy sharp.
Here, let me give you that garnish.
Oh.
Otherwise it's gonna go up my nose.
There we go.
Nobody wants to see that.
I do. I think it'd be funny.
Oh man, I didn't even get the drink and you made me laugh.
So yeah, you can tell a little bit different quality as far as
that's fantastic.
The
It tastes
Super Bowl commercial.
pink.
Does it?
It totally does.
Yeah.
Try that. Tell me how pink that tastes. It's the pineapple. That's super good.
Tastes pink. You're right. You're totally right.
Called it. Now this is a delicious cocktail. I love this a lot. We're gonna have to make another one to take pretty pictures because we messed it up.
Yeah.
Worthy cause.
Yeah, but it's really good. I mean, you can taste all those flavors in there. The gin is like right there. The pineapple juice is super good.
Yeah.
Creates that nice rich mouthfeel. Very reminiscent of tiki style cocktails, but you don't have that rum influence. It's really, really focused on kind of the herbal qualities of all the ingredients that we're putting in here. Benedictine has that strong kind of herbal component to it. It has some cinnamon flavors in there as well. Angostura really reinforces it, so it's really, really good drink, and I highly recommend people trying it. And if you do, put the photos in the Facebook group, please.
I want to see it.
I'm so impressed with all the photos in the group. They're so amazing.
This is a problem. You guys, we're going to have to really step up our game because the photos that we are seeing are incredible. They are beautiful. I'm just blown away by the group. It's been such a phenomenal week. It's been such an awesome time.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely, I would love to hear your favorite Singapore Sling recipe. I would love to see the one that you like, why you like it, and of course, I would love to see your beautiful pictures.
So there we have it. We have made the Singapore Sling, and I gotta say, it's very, very tasty.
Super good. Not the most red thing I've ever seen in my life, but we'll go with ish.
Right. Light red.
That said, it is delicious. You've definitely got to give it a try. I think this is a great choice. I love experimenting with this stuff, and I love that there's a lot of different recipes for this cocktail. This is the one we chose. This is kind of an homage to the original recipe. Definitely thank you to what was the name of the hotel?
The Raffles Hotel in
Thank
Singapore,
you to the Raffles Hotel for sharing your recipe. We definitely enjoy it quite a lot.
Yeah, so all the equipment that we use in this video is in this 4-piece bar kit. Highly recommend it. Go to shop.abarabove.com and check this out, and you can make some yummy, yummy drinks along with us.
Yeah, it's actually on deal, 15% off through the end of February. So
what?
Now's the time. Now, if we mentioned our Facebook group in this video, that's because this video was originally recorded as a Facebook Live.
Right.
If you'd like to join us, you can find us on Facebook. We're called the Craft Cocktail Club, or if you want a direct link, you can hop over to abarabove.com/group, I think. That'll get you there. Hopefully we'll see you on the inside. Until then, I have a cocktail to drink.
That's right. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.